Alright, so welcome back everyone. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, the hardest career series. Today's episode, I'm going to be conducting Phase 2 of our fuel depot. So in the previous episode, Phase 1, we launched the core and one single tank out of the 4. So we've got 3 tanks ready. We've got A and B occupied by tanks 2, tanks 2 and 3. Now we have to roll this one out. So we're going to launch 2 and 3 from pads A and B straight away, one after the other, and then we shall try to rendezvous them as quickly as possible and dock them with the core. They'll come back here and launch the third and, the fourth, effectively, and final tank. Okay, just while we're circularising the second tank actually. The first tank for this episode. Got both SRBs back, and we should get that first stage back again. Just need to intervene every so often. About 47 seconds. Push our practice up to 250 or thereabouts. But we'll try and circularise at the same time. It'll save energy in Delta V. Okay, we need to pause this to make sure we don't start dipping back into the atmosphere. We shouldn't do. We're fast approaching 160 kilometres. Shouldn't be too long, so we'll park this on orbit, about 250 bar 250. If we forget about it for now, about rendezvous, and then we'll go back to Space Center and launch tank number 2. Then we'll launch tank number 3 once we've rolled it out. It'll take a few hours. Once all 3 tanks are in orbit at 250 circularised, then we shall begin rendezvous and docking with the core. Okay, about to finished secularization. 250 by 250 again. This is the second tank for this episode. It's the third tank overall. As soon as we've finished, head straight back to launch center, space center, and launch the fourth and final tank. Once they're all in orbit, we'll then begin rendezvous and docking for each of them. And we're back at the launch center. Just finished rolling out the fourth and final tank, or the third tank for this episode. It's at pad A. It does take about 2 or 3 days to recondition the pads, from what I can tell. Okay, so head to pad A and launch the fourth and final tank, and then we'll begin rendezvous and then the docking procedure for the 3 tanks. Okay, so no time like the present, we shall begin the rendezvous and docking manoeuvre with this tank. So we're just about halfway through secularization. As soon as we finish secularizing, I'm going to secularize about 250 to about 250 against like the other 2 tanks. We seem to be about as close as the other 2. The other 2 seem to be well over 1,000 kilometers away from the target, so there's not much difference. So we shall start with this tank. Okay, so it would appear we are behind. So we are gaining on it. We are well underneath 200 at the 200 kilometers at the apoapsis compared to 250, as we know, 250.173, 249.710. So I'll circularize at about 200 kilometers by 200. Got to about 17 minutes. So we are slightly out of phase. Slightly. Might not be enough to cause an issue. So got both SRBs back once again. And the first core stage, as for the previous 2 launches this episode as well. So that's pretty good. So got 240 meters per second in the LH2 stage, so we'll use that. We shouldn't lose too much. We're losing 0.02 units per minute. We've got 156 left, so that's not an issue. No, we haven't. We've got 2,334. Look at the oxidizer. Okay, so we'll come on to 60 minutes and 48 seconds and counting, and then we'll circularize at 2 by 200. Okay, it's 2 hours 59 minutes and come to 30 seconds, so almost 3 hours into the mission. And we are just coming down to 100 kilometers off the target. We're just about 3 to 4 kilometers underneath its orbit, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Okay, it's 4 hours and 49 minutes. And we're just going on to 3.1 kilometres. Just over 3 kilometres. So I'll begin braking once this slows down, counting down quite as quickly as it is. Just before if I time it properly, just before it starts to climb back up again, we can brake. It's only 5 meters a second. Quick look in here. Yeah, it's got 142 litres worth out of 475. It's a little bit more than I wanted to, but as long as I don't use any of this, everything's fine. Begin braking now. Okay. Going out about 0. As close as you can make it. It's not always possible to yeah, there we go. Face the target and work our way in. Just edging slightly away now. So in a few minutes it should be possible to actually sight the core and that tank that's attached to it. Put it that way. Okay, still almost 3 kilometers away, 3,000 meters. So we'll go to about 5 meters a second. So relatively speaking, the velocity will actually reduce as we get closer to the target. So let's give it a little bit of a kick. And it falls much below 5 meters a second. Okay, so it'll be a few more minutes and then we can dock. And then we'll pick on one of the remaining 2 tanks and we'll let rendezvous and dock them as well. So if we are closing, it might be an idea just to back off a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So our closure isn't quite that fast. We don't want to be closing in that direction over here, because it means by the time we get there, we'll hit the side of the central truss. We want to be off so we can push it in towards the docking part. Okay, RCS off. I'll let it bounce around a little bit. Shouldn't be too long. Be at least a few minutes before we work our way in. Okay, so that's the second tank. Let's see how much of the actual fuel we've got left. Well, that's full. Strange. Oh, that's fine. Wrong tank. That's a central tank. None of the tank used there. None of it used there. 271. That's the first tank. This tank was just docked. Yeah, a little bit more. 71.09. Still not touched the actual fuel itself. Shut that down. Alright, so that's 2 of the tanks. So head back to tank number 3. We'll bring that here, we'll dock that, and then we'll do tank number 4, and that should be it. Till the very next episode at least. And then we're going to finish off in the next episode with the Kerbin spacecraft. An engineer's going to EVA and fit some extra parts. What we might do as well is take some of these solar panels off as well. Redistribute some of them onto a central section here. Because we don't actually need these tanks back. We won't get anything back anyway, and if we do deorbit them. Okay, so it's on to the 3rd tank. Okay, so what we've got here, this is the 1st tank for this episode at least that we launched. So actually rendezvoused and docked the 3rd and, well, actually the 4th overall tank that we launched. So this is the 1st one. It wasn't actually circularized properly. I thought I'd actually done it 252, 50, but I'd done it to 250, one by 150. My mistake. Something else I've noticed. Now I fitted these docking ports in relative attitude to the probe core. Now I noticed when I fitted in the VAB, I fitted all these, this writing was upside down, so I rotated it around 180 degrees. So it would appear that it's rather Kerbal-like. They've gone and put this writing, where it says LOCK, lock, mechanism, they put it upside down. Just so you can see that when I switch to this, if you watch the HSI, or the artificial horizon, you see blue and brown switch. So we've gone upside down. Makes no real difference. Okay, so on the control from there, coming down to just well under 200 kilometers, 192. We're at 255 by 255.3. Only a few meters between the two apoapsis and periapsis. Target is 250 by 249.084. So that's changed slightly. Yeah, obviously caused by the docking maneuver of that final tank. Well, the second tank I should say, the last tank we docked. Okay, how much fuel do we have? 269 from 475. So we're just going to ease in. I'm going to leave it as it is. According to this, it's 2 hours and 24 minutes and 50 seconds before transfer. That's before our orbits actually cross. Okay, bring the apoapsis down, or periapsis down I should say. That's about 252. 52 point, spot right, so about 2 kilometers above. We're well inside almost 9.5 kilometers now. So a little bit more, I think. 249, 250 is the target. That's about 251. About 250. That should ease in nice and slowly and use as little delta V as possible. 266. So use 3 litres in that manoeuvre. About 21 minutes and 22 seconds and counting. Okay, a few seconds away from the periapsis. I'm going to bring the apoapsis down to about 250 or so. Just over 250.8, so about 251 or so. Yeah, it's time to push the periapsis away a little bit. I think we'll switch to RCS. little bit more control doing that. Okay, just above. She's still close in. We're 15.250 kilometres away. So it should still close in. It's nice and easy. Kind of trying to rush it. We're 5 days anyway, so I'm not exactly going to beat any records, that is for sure. 250, 251. We're almost exactly a kilometre above. So we've got 251.1. There. Exactly. Well, thereabouts anyway. We're 0.1 of a metre out. Damn. Okay. So we'll let this close in. Still closing nice and steady. They will increase and then decrease at certain points of the orbit. But that is it. I'm going to turn it off to save some power. Okay, so it should be. It says minus 56 minutes, but I would say another couple of hours at least. We're going to need you nice and slowly. Okay, so the final main braking manoeuvre at least for this particular tank. Point intersection will be 1.3, so we're going to overshoot by the look of it. It says 1.2 there. Bring it down to about 0. Relative speed 16.15. 13. It's nice and easy. We're very close. Gonna hold off. I hold off to dock until actually on the. Is this the daylight? It's the daylight side right now. By the time we're getting close enough to start docking, it'll be about at least here. So I'll hold off for full orbit. Okay, so I do think it might be safe to actually attempt the dock without going around in a full orbit. We're quite high, so we shouldn't hit the horizon or the sort of the dark side. No, it's fine. We should be in full daylight once we dock. The sun's got quite a fair bit to travel before it goes over the horizon. Okay. Try and bring that down. Only got one thing to really bother about, and that's the vertical, relative vertical. That should come down pretty quickly. Closure velocity is 0.12. Try and bring that down. So we align properly first and then move into the docking port. Okay. Okay, 80 meters, closing at 1.98 meters a second. We're still wobbling slightly. Let's try and correct that. 0.1 of a degrees on rotation out. Should be just about there. But can we get in before we hit full darkness? We should be okay. RCS down a little bit. Or is it our attitude? No, it's our attitude. A little bit. Yep, okay. Bring that right down. So we don't really want to hit it. Yeah, a little bit rushed there. So I think in hindsight I shouldn't have really rushed it. But it worked out okay. Let's get rid of that. Deactivate the engine. So we'll just check. Yeah, I don't want to do that. It shouldn't really matter. Although we would lose quite a fair bit of 133 litres out of 475. Not bad. That's the central tank. Is this the first one? 71, no, that's the second one we docked. The first one, 271. We can't seem to beat that. Okay, that's the third tank attached. So we'll go over to the fourth and final tank. That is about half an orbit around, so it's going to take a bit longer to get this in. This final one in. Okay, it's not too bad though. Don't think I've had any failures. Don't think I've had anything broke off either. So obviously docking this one, I'm going to have to avoid the high gain antenna. If it gets in the way I might stand off and stow that for a minute or two, for a few minutes while we dock, and then redeploy it, just so it doesn't get snapped off. Okay, we're about 13.2, just under 13.3 kilometres. Final major braking manoeuvre. Unless you overshoot it, that is. Okay, it's close again to 0. Starting to wander off now. Okay, point at the target. 3 seconds from transfer. So it's still a little bit up there, but that's fine. 13.281 and coming down. Go to about 10, go about 25 meters a second. Don't think I'm going to rush it this time like before. Previous tank, it was almost dark. So I think it's not in visual range yet. Still about 12 kilometers out. Just see it, no, it's not that. That's not it, is it? No, I think that's Minmus. No, the target is actually below us. Okay. Check, make sure we're controlling from there. Yep, we are. Okay, so it's actually upside down, as I said. So it's actually somewhere over here. Okay, so we're working nice and slow this time. I'm not going to rush it. As I almost collided with the station in the previous tank. Yeah, this one's going to be well over the horizon before we even get close. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll hold off about station gate about 500 meters. Let it go around full orbit and then attempt to dock. Well, the next orbit. Okay, so we have the fuel depot in sight. 600 meters. And we're going to be in full daylight, so that's fine. Put directly at the target. Should be docking point. We're going to close it a little bit further, then we'll align with the actual port itself. This might be a little bit trickier than the others. Like I said, I might need to hop across to the fuel depot and store the high gain antenna to stop it from getting torn off. Slight imbalance in RCS. I've already seen that. It's not too much though. But the reaction will argue with itself for a bit. So it appears that the docking port we need from this angle looks like it's the one at this side, but don't think it is. Let's take a quick look. Yep, so that's aim camera, reset camera. So that's the one we should have. Switch to that one. Strange. Don't seem to have to actually target it properly. Yep. So I can't unset the target for some reason. Should be able to. Okay, we'll go with what it's telling us right now. Well, 0.19 of a meter per second closure. Distance is 300 meters. RCS on. Turn it off. Okay, this is down and slightly off to a 45-degree angle, so it's down here. Strange. Oh, of course, the fuel depot's rolled off slightly. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to close in. Yeah, it's fine. Let's try on the other side. Okay, we'll close in. 213 meters a second. 213. Oh, is she? I hope not. Bring it down a little bit. Yeah, it's the opposite side. Never mind. We can skip around the other side. So we'll go like that. Let's bring it down a little bit in velocity. It's about 2 meters a second. Okay, so which way is it? It's the... No, I don't want you doing that. No, it's the opposite way. I'm sure well clear. Yeah, you can see how much... Yeah. I think I'm going to want to turn off these. They should be in symmetry. So when I turn one off, they should all be turned off. But I bet they're not. Yeah, I knew it, so they're not. Yeah, they're not being moved from symmetry. I don't know why they're doing that. Come on. One last one before we hit it. Okay, there we go. Should be a bit easier now. Oh, right, I see. Okay. So it was at an angle. It's hard to tell, even with this helping you. Okay, we'll go on the other side. We'll brake. Then we'll begin the docking. Okay, so that's the fourth and final tank attached. Of course, it will be sending some more up if it proves itself to be useful. Once these have been depleted, in fact, we can actually empty some of this fuel into here. These tanks aren't quite the same size as the core tank. Okay, so I'll point it retrograde so it's a bit easier to dock with. As long as we are, yeah, that's fine. So I'll put it back onto stability hold. We'll roll it slightly. It's quite large, so it does take quite a while. So I didn't need to store this, but I did use the docking camera, as you saw. Okay, let's check over it. We'll check it over. Make sure the power is keeping up with... It looks as if it's okay though. Didn't see any problems. Okay, let's just SS on and off a few times. Stops it from bouncing. Okay, electric charge is, well, 0. Well, actually not 0, because that'll be horrific. Okay, let's turn these off. We'll hibernate them. Hibernate all these cores. It'll save us even more power. Not that we've got really any problems, as we can see that. Hibernate on. Just on the dark side in case something happens. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so I'll hibernate on, except the core obviously, that needs to be left on. Alright, so that's that. So that's the major part of the assembly. I'm going to do in the next episode, when I begin phase 3, or conduct phase 3, I should say, which is the manned Kerbin spacecraft. Will dock here. Then we'll have a series of EVAs. We're going to, I think we're going to take these solar panels off, not send any power, and they're just going to get wasted because we're just going to deorbit these and have them burn up anyway. That's basically what's going to happen. Okay, so handrails, handhold points. If anything breaks in the future, it'd be much easier to repair than have them floating around trying to repair things while using RCS on the thruster packs. So handrails are essential, so we're installing a few of those. There's also some extra battery packs, just like these ones, but to the core obviously, not to the tanks. The tanks are going to be sent back to Kerbin and burn up in the atmosphere. So anything we'll take off, we can store in the Kerbin B's cargo hold, bring it back to Kerbin and get some money back for it rather than just losing them. Alright, well, that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click like, it's appreciated. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy the content. That is also very much appreciated, as is sharing. That is very, very much appreciated, as it helps the channel grow if you share the videos on the anywhere on the channel. Right. We have Discord, Facebook and Twitter. Spend most of the time on Twitter. You'll find a link to all 3 of those platforms on the banner front page of the channel. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're more welcome to do so. Do remember, I do have a moderator team that goes through the comments before they get to me, so it can take a while. I do try to get to everyone though. Sometimes it isn't always possible, I don't have enough time. Alright, once again, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode where we'll get to grips with fitting some ancillary systems, as I said. In the meantime, as always, take care and bye bye.